Rookie, welcome. I'm flying solo, of course, and unfortunately, I don't have a great setup for videos, but we make do with what we have. This edition of the Bourbon Rookie, I'm really excited because I wanted to do a pairing. This is the double dip where I'm pairing chocolate with different whiskeys, and I got stimulated. I got the idea from a couple articles that I got on on Google, and there's a couple interesting ones that came to mind. For me was it's called 5 Epic Whiskeys and Chocolate Pairings. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but basically, whiskey and chocolate is a match that you might not immediately think of, but once you try it, you will never go back. The warming alcohol cleanses the palate perfectly, while the individual notes of each whiskey, be it dried fruit, tar, seaweed, or citrus, perfectly complement many types of chocolate, especially the really good handmade stuff. Here are some basic whiskey and chocolate pairings. So basically, it goes on to say the best way to get the most out of the whiskey and chocolate pairing is to take a sip of the whiskey first, let the flavor expand in your mouth, swallow, and then take a small bite of chocolate, allowing it to melt slowly on your tongue. Its flavors gradually mingling with those of the whiskey. Follow up with another sip and enjoy. Tip: use high quality chocolate where you can to make most of your flavor matches. And then it goes on. It doesn't necessarily. It recommends certain whiskeys. Like also, there's some scotches in here that I think would be interesting. But I'm not a big scotch guy, and I don't know if any of you have done this, but if maybe you can recommend a scotch, because I'm not really a big scotch person, and to me it's kind of like the same flavor profile. It's kind of harsh, but it it names a couple Irish whiskeys. Okay, but then the other article that I read, and guys, I hope this isn't boring, but I'm actually kind of excited about this. The other article that I read, I don't know why I'm excited about it, but I am. Was actually a Halloween article pairing from last year, pairing bourbon and chocolate. So this one actually gave me. I stole this, and I believe this. No, I'm sorry, this from this article. So I did a review on the Woodinville. This is really, really good. I did a review on this recently, and this is just your Evan Williams, and then of course you got Wild Turkey Rye. The Wild Turkey Rye, I figured, because for me it has a citrusy. There's some caramel to this, but there's a citrusy note, and maybe even sometimes, depending upon my palate, I pick up a little bit of a mint. So I figured this might be good to try to pair with some of the chocolates that I have on the table. And what I've got is I've got dark chocolate Dove, milk chocolate Dove, and I've got this Lindt Excellent Intense Orange dark chocolate. It's almond and almond flavors in that. And then I bought this at Target, this Hue, Get Back to Human, crunchy mint dark chocolate. So we're going to see. I don't really know. I didn't really know exactly how I was going to do this. But we'll just take it as it goes along. I'm going to try and make it quick. Now, in each glass, obviously, in my Glencairns, I've got each one poured already for sipping. And I don't know why, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff here on the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl coming? Yeah, so I really wanted to get this in before the Super Bowl, and obviously for Thanksgiving, and maybe this is something that you'd be interested in doing with your lady, like whether it's wine. We all know that there's certain wines that pair with chocolate. There's even chocolate wines. Oddly enough, in one of my searches, Old Forester on their website, if you go into their shop, they actually have like a infused bourbon chocolate, almost like a chocolate truffle that they sell for like $12.95. Uh, I I just saw it the other day. Otherwise, I would have ordered it for this review. But on the other hand, I probably would pay $20 in shipping because they're a little high. But I don't know if it's something that would be in a retail store because nobody. I don't think anybody would really look for it. But what do I know? So here we go. This is another article that I got back from Halloween. And this one gives a little bit more specifics on pairing chocolate. This one really gives more specifics on the bourbons to pair with chocolate. So, okay, we got Cyrus Noble, which I reviewed recently, and I really was surprised at how good that was. If you want, you can go check out. I did like a 6-minute review on it. It's really awesome. When I first opened, when I do the reviews, I don't really have a lot of experiences with a lot of the stuff that I'm reviewing. Unless it's something like this, you can see I've kind of sucked this bottle down a little bit. This is again the Russell's Rye 6-year. But on this, quick note: best bourbon to pair with chocolate this Halloween is Cyrus Noble because it's super smooth. 90 proof, highlighted with nutty sweetness, vanilla caramel, all pair well with chocolate. When I opened this, it was very, very sweet. And I let it sit out for about 30 minutes. And the flavor profile completely changed. It went from sweet to all these flavors that I just read off very quickly to a light white oak finish that I found to be really, really good. I'm not exactly sure. It's not saying, this article doesn't say what kind of chocolate to pair it with. So I figured what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a sip of each one of these. And I'm going to have a bite of each particular chocolate with it and see if I can do that in a timely manner, to see which chocolate that I think pairs well with what. In my head, for some reason, I was... Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. This is what going live entails, making a lot of mistakes. Nobody's going to see this video anyway, and I'll probably be able... I don't know if I'll be able to edit it tomorrow, but whatever. At least you got to laugh that my wife called me. She's on her way home, guys, from work. So it's about 10:30 at night. So the Woodinville, this Woodinville finished in port casks. This Woodinville is like a dessert on its own. I did a review on that, and it was just almost like an aperitif. Whereas like you could actually have this, have this like certain dessert wines, or dessert liqueurs. This would almost qualify as almost desserty because of that port. It's really strong in this. Very light, oak notes. Very, on the end, there's a light whiskey note, but that port really takes over on here. Excellent if you, like I said, if you had an intention on using this for dessert whiskey. Evan Williams, depending upon where you're at, this is just straight up. What is this? The 86 proof. And again, I've already mentioned this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see, because like I said, the article here doesn't really recommend anything. I'm going to start with the basic Evan Williams. Now, the Evan Williams, there's really not a lot here for me. It's just a lot of ethanol coming up into the sinus. Almost like a Coca-Cola smell to this. You get that with this? Like Coke? Like a Coca-Cola? Would that be like a hint of a... It's more like a Coca-Cola to me. So anyway, cheers. So this isn't going to be so much about reviewing the whiskey. It's It's going to be more about, well, it's a lot sweeter than I remember. A little bit smoother than I remember. I don't know if it's because I opened the bottle and some air got in there. Definitely, I like the way it opens my sinuses, this. I mean, it's an 86 proof, and there's not, like I said, there's not a lot to it. And I don't know. Right now, it's really tasting like a Coca-Cola to me. With a little bit of a light brown sugar, light caramelly type note to it. So I'm going to dive in based on what I'm getting out of this. I'm going to go right for the dark chocolate, and I'm going to see how that dark chocolate pairs. Cute little red hearts, right, from the Dove. Now, I don't know if I'm doing that right, but you know what it tastes like to me? I don't know if you've ever seen those like liqueur. Is it liqueur? It's like a chocolate. It's a cherry and like a jelly, like a liqueur, but inside of a chocolate. I forget the name of those. And that's what that tastes like to me. Pretty solid. Let's try it. It's going to be tough. Maybe this isn't going to be as easy as I thought it would be. Just because chocolate tends to stay on the palate, right, guys? Whereas, you know, I could just rinse my mouth with whiskey and try to get it off. I'm not a big milk chocolate guy just because of the milk. Well, it's very creamy. Milk chocolate actually flattens out the flavor of the whiskey. I don't hate either one, but I prefer the dark chocolate for sure. And I'm going to open up this lint. Let's see. It's supposed to have some orange and almond notes on it. It's only a minute. My wife's probably going to be home. You're going to hear the door open and she's going, hey, big hello. So you know. Wow, right away you smell that orange. Now I know I'm doing everything that I said that I was said. You're supposed to taste the whiskey in this, but wow. Very orangey. There's nuts in here, almonds, but now I'm going to take a back seat. Let's see how this tastes. Actually, to me, that works the best because the chocolate's so strong and the orange in that is so strong that the whiskey just takes a huge step back and just complements the flavors. That actually is a really sick pairing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, I'm actually really digging that. And I'm sorry. I probably should have recorded this. I don't know why I thought this would be the live stream. At any rate, what I'm going to do, I'm trying to get, for the sake of myself, I'm trying to get some videos out there. I'm not going to bore everybody because I don't really even have an audience. I'm just doing this because for me it's fun. I just recently retired and I'm getting into this whole video thing. Figured why not? I mean, I don't even have any feedback to know whether or not this is boring. I feel like it's kind of boring. Sorry, guys. I don't think that this mint is going to pair well with that. I think that orange chocolate really knocked it out of the park with that Evan Williams. Now I know why the Evan Williams is actually recommended as part of one of the bourbons to have with chocolate. So we're going to go from Coca-Cola to a really sweet thing, really sweet whiskey. And I'm really thinking that for this, and I already have it poured. What am I doing? I'm thinking for this, I really should just stick to the dark chocolate on it because this is just so sweet that I don't really see. I mean, I don't know. Let's find out. I felt like what I was going to say. I felt like the dark chocolate because there's a bitterness to dark chocolate, obviously, that it would actually tone down the sweetness of this bourbon. Sorry, my mind's all over the place. Yeah, like holy mackerel, that's so sweet. It really is more like an aperitif, man. Now I know the article that I read said you're supposed to soak your mouth with the bourbon. I don't know. I almost feel like it's better to do it the opposite. I almost felt like I got more out of it in terms of the pairing. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't pour enough. I mean, it's on its own. There's chocolate notes in here that are sick. I'm not. There is a whiskey presence. There is a little bit of an oaky presence. The port really kind of takes, center stage though. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so sweet. It's so good on its own. Here's my. Hola. Hi, I'm doing a video. You want to come say hello? No? See? Yeah. Hi, there's a missus. We're live. We're doing a live stream. I have no idea if anybody's watching.
All right.
But for the sake of an audience.
I'll be watching.
Right. So you know what we're doing here? We're doing whiskey pairings with chocolate.
Nice.
So I got on this one. Smell that for everybody. This one is almost so sweet. It's finished in port wine cask. It's very, very sweet.
Nice. It smells sweet.
You smell the sweetness?
Mm-hmm.
She hates bourbon, and she can smell the sweetness on this. So it's so sweet. I just paired it with the dark chocolate. I think it's actually not bad. It's actually pretty good. Not bad.
Well,
I don't
enjoy,
think,
guys.
I don't think that would be good. With this one's orange. I don't think that would be good.
Too sweet.
Yeah, that is unbelievable.
All right, enjoy.
See, Valentine's edition, guys. There you go. Finally got her involved. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. No, I should do it justice and try it with the milk chocolate and see how that comes out. Now, there was one article that I saw where obviously, you can get some fruits involved, get yourself some nuts, tangerine, and they do like a whole thing. I mean, you guys out there can, if there's other vloggers out there, maybe this will inspire you to do your own video for Valentine's Day. And you can come up with different things. Hopefully, maybe it'll start something over the next few days. I think I was wrong. The milk chocolate is the milk chocolate just kind of, between this and this just tends to smooth everything out because of the milk. So I don't really like pairing, anything milky. No, it's no good. It'd be like having a cigar with milk. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not bad, but it doesn't give you as much as the dark chocolate. The dark chocolate just seems to accentuate what's already in the. And I've already gone through that glass. So moving on. I can literally be here all day doing this and boring the shit out of you. Excuse me, I shouldn't curse. But we're going to move on. I'm excited to see how this the Russell's Rye 6-year goes with, in particular, the mint. I mean, from what I read, a good dark mint chocolate goes very well with Scotch. Rainforest. Sorry, guys. Especially if it's what do you mean, like almost like stouty, kind of? Like Scotch can be stouty. I don't know. This is ultra dark. This chocolate, holy mackerel! Look at that, it's dark as hell. So, in the spirit of the article, wow, that's almost buttery, man. I don't know if these two have affected my palate to the point where this is just like a butterscotch bomb. It's just buttery and creamy, and for whatever reason, it's got to be a chocolate influence. That, there you go, 70% organic cacao. So that is a really dark chocolate, bitter. It's a bitter chocolate with a little crunch in there of mint. The mint's not overpowering. It's a light hint. It's not like a York peppermint pie where it's like fire. So with this, that was pretty good. I actually swirled the chocolate with the whiskey, and that was a nice compliment, actually. I think I was a little bit on the money with that one. Not bad. I mean, the easier one would have been to pair the orange flavored chocolate, because sometimes I get orangey notes out of this, sometimes I get spearmint notes out of this. That one I think is a home run. I don't think you'd go wrong with that either. And then last but not least, Cyrus Noble. Sorry, I should be. Now, guys, it would have been easy just to get like the screwball whiskey and peanut butter and just, take one thing of screwball whiskey and just pair it with any kind of chocolate, and then you got a Reese's Pieces. You got Reese's peanut butter cup, right? I'd like to see certain types of cakes, certain types of desserts, other than a chocolate, down the road. Maybe even like a gelato. If you guys haven't been too bored with this video and there's been something about this that's inspired you, especially the more experienced drinkers or the connoisseurs out there, because again, I'm new to this. I'm excited to be doing this. by all means, I hope this, you know, sparks some other vloggers out there to do some videos. So I really wanted to rinse out my palette. That's why I was kind of yapping. All right. Like I said, I could probably be here for an hour going back and forth. I'd be drunk on the floor and everything would taste the same. So for the sake of time, you know, like I said, there's no plan to this, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to go what I think is going to pair well with this. Now, this Cyrus Noble, I think, is the best balanced of these, just in terms of the chocolate. Like if you wanted to pair a chocolate, just because it's more of a neutral palette. You know what I mean? Considering the flavor profiles of these three. Yeah, so there's the sweetness goes right up into, there's an alcohol presence that goes up into the sinuses, much like this. This is 90 proof. Caramel, white oak, sweet, just a wonderful flavor profile in the mouth, all on its own. This was a pleasant surprise when I did the review. So I think this would go with anything that's on the table. Let's find out. Now, for this in particular, let's go with the chocolate. Let's go with the orange. No, let's not go with the orange. I didn't like that. No, that took away the pleasure of the whiskey because this chocolate is so damn strong. Now, I'm actually glad I didn't really do it with this. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and revisit that in a minute. Really paired well with that. I didn't like that. So let's try the mint. No, it was even worse. Yuck. Okay. I'm not sure this is going to really pair well with any of this chocolate. I mean, I'm just going to go for the dark chocolate, and that's it. I don't think I can stand another milk chocolate thing here. So, surprisingly, I'm really surprised this one completely took a dump in my mouth, basically, with those two flavored chocolates, as opposed to these three, which, you know, seem to pair well, particularly because of the certain profiles of tasting notes that are in these. This one is just so good on its own. It's really got a unique flavor profile, and I don't really see a lot of people reviewing this online. I see a lot of whiskey enthusiasts reviewing this. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, there's so many people out there doing videos. And I'm just like a sand, you know, like a pebble of sand in on the beach, you know. So I'm gonna give this one more shot. And with that, guys, I'm gonna end this video because I'm already on the 30-minute mark, and I'm probably boring the hell out of all of you. And wifey's home, so I'm gonna go say hello to her because I think she had a bad day at work. Oh, you know what? I got that new riff on the table too. I wanted to try that newer fry, but I've got like bottles of these. This new riff, I love it. I don't even see the new riff rye being reviewed that much. I see the other. I think I've seen the Kentucky Straight, definitely for sure. The single barrel, the sherry cask. And what is it? Double oak. There's a new one out now. But for the sake of time, I'm not even going to get into that. I thought I was going to, but I'm not. All right. Last thing. Here we go. We're going to get into this Dove. I'm going to see if this whiskey pairs well with anything, because the article said it does, and so far it doesn't. Let's do it this way. We all know Dove's not the traditional dark chocolate like this. It's 70% cacao. It's sweet. There's still enough bitter in there. Yeah, that one works. Paired well with the Dove. Yeah. Okay. Sours Noble, dark chocolate, Dove. Not too bitter. Don't mix it with any of the other flavors. I mean, it's really, you know, there's a dark chocolate note seems to add a little bit to the flavor profile on this. Those other pairings, as you saw, no good. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, it was good. But anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Listen, I was anxious to do this video. It was a lot of fun for me. Hopefully I didn't bore the hell out of all of you. Taking a phone call in the middle of a video, I really haven't seen that too many times. So if you're going to vlog or you're going to live stream, make sure that, you know, you don't do it when you know your wife's going to be coming home. So shame on me, but it was nice to get her in the video. At any rate, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a good Valentine's Day. And Super Bowl's 2 days away. I don't really care because none of my teams are in. You know, long-suffering Jet fan. So, but anyway, if you got money on it, I guess my money's with Kansas City. So, gotta have something to root for with the Super Bowl, right? All right, and go Chris Stapleton. He's singing the national anthem in 6. All right, guys. So now I'm gonna walk over and do the whole like embarrassing and live stream thing. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.